when he came here just over a month ago, he had promised to provide 200 small grants to 200 residents of Region 2. And so at 10 o'clock, he's going to be handing over those grants. And then at 1 p.m., he'll be meeting with the rice farmers. I think he has some issues he would like to address on behalf of the government to the rice farmers. So, and then around this midday as well, in the next few hours, His Excellency the President is going to be here, as well as other members of the cabinet. You are very important in all of what we're doing over the next few hours. This evening, SUBVENTION will host for the first time the national flag raising ceremony. So during the course of today, I'd like you to, in all your NDC areas and the township, to bring your families out this afternoon, to bring your children especially, from wherever they are along the coast of SUBVENTION, and if you could bring from the Lower Pomeroon too, because I think we have some Lower Pomeroon people here too, right? We will also have massive fireworks this evening. So the same thing that you read about in Georgetown or in other countries, we have a big cultural show. All of those things are going to happen in SUBVENTION for the first time.
Good.
So we would like your support. And you are the leaders of the NDCs, and you are the leaders of the township. And we would like you to mobilize your people to start coming out this afternoon into this evening. And make sure that you are here for midnight, when it's probably going to be more than 20 minutes of fireworks explosion. So we would like you to have this not once in a lifetime, but at least the first opportunity to be part of this experience. And you know, our government has basically been working in different parts of the country, making sure that all the services get to our people. And so today, we are going to be handing over $29 million to you to start doing your community work. In the next few weeks, we will also be bringing an additional $29 million to cover the subvention programs for the 8 NDCs and the 1 township.
Thank you.
You're also aware that when the Vice President had come, he had indicated that we'll be spending $1 billion on community roads, and some of those roads have begun, the construction of those roads. Some are in the final stages of procurement, some are in stages where the awards just have to be made and the contractors mobilized. So you are going to find massive investments. Yesterday we employed 2,000 persons, and that will redound to your benefit from across the region. That will amount to about $80 million per month that we'll be spending an additional $80 million per month that we'll be spending in Region 2. That will take us beyond $1 billion when we add the services to implement that program. These contracts are for 1 year, and all the NDC areas. I think the first NDC area we had 380, where the first meeting was in Saudi. The second one we had 323. We had 479 at Anna Regina and 880 in charity. So that will take care of the Pomeroon and Upper and Lower Pomeroon, some of the Amerindian areas including, and Evergreen Paradise and the charity area. There are quite a few services that are going to be provided through that program, where a lot of these young people, and Vice President noted it yesterday, that the majority of people who apply for these jobs are women and young women, and younger people too, in general, and it shows that SUBVENTION is moving in the right direction. I believe that if we come back with another program like this, there are not enough people to get to satisfy the program. That is how significant this program is. It is part of an 8,000 employment program that we're pushing across the country. So today I hope that you're going to use these resources. I don't want you to do heavy lifting with it. People vote for very small things. People vote if you fill up their pothole. People vote if you fix a street light. People vote if you clean up the drains. And we have over 500 enhancement workers in this region as well, doing community drainage. And all of you they come under your NDCs and the township, and I'm going to reiterate, as I've done so many times, with 500 persons that we have provided employment for in community drainage, Region 2 still, despite it being probably the cleanest region, it still has to be more clean. I think that you're not spending enough time to make sure that these people go out and get some of these community drains cleaned up. It is appalling what is happening in the township, where, you know, order is concerned. I think things are still too chaotic in the township, and I believe that you need to start taking account of what is happening. We're making these investments because it will add value to these communities. When a road is done, the value of your property increases. When a community center is fixed, the social aspects of your life get enhanced. Very soon too, we will begin the mobilization for the construction of the new hospital in Regina, 30 million US, that will provide tertiary type services to residents of Region 2. So all the money and the time that you have to spend to go to Georgetown to get basic things done, as soon as the hospital is completed, it will be to the benefit of the people. So I'd like you to take ownership of all of what we're doing and make sure that that is replicated in our communities, so that people can start becoming more satisfied and more contented. You have the hardest job in the world because you interface with people on a daily basis. NDC officials and town council officials are the ones who interface with all the problems that people have. And please make sure that you are always in support of the mandate of President Ali and serving with utmost humility, with utmost respect. Those are the only things that we are asking you to do. Don't go down into a community and because you have some power that you're going to take advantage of people. Everyone we are working for and in the interest of everyone. So when we make commitments as well, when the president makes commitments, we also expect you to fulfill those commitments. When you make commitments at your council, please make sure you fulfill those commitments. Your decision making also has to be very open and transparent. We're still getting reports that some decision making people are not comfortable with because some of you may have had problems with someone, and then because you're in positions of power, you decide that you're not going to deal with some people or deal with them fairly. So I want you to get beyond that phase. We are going to be in government for a very long time, so just work with us to make sure that we develop this region. And you'll notice that a lot of what we're doing, Region 2, is at the forefront of the development agenda of the government. Again, outside of Georgetown, you're the first to get national independence celebrations. The other regions are still, you know, counting their days, you know. You were the first when we launched this program, the Employment Pathway Program for part-time jobs. You were the first, the Vice President came here and announced it. You were the first to sign contracts, 2,000 yesterday. The small grants, you were the first to get it done. Dredging the Pomeroon River, you've been clamoring for it, especially lower Pomeroon people, for a long time. That the testing is being done, and as soon as that is completed, the dredging will begin. So you can't deny the amount of investments from the RDC itself and from the other agencies of the government. I think for 2022 we'll be touching over $11 billion in regional investment. So, and that is outside of the recurrent activities that we're doing. So Region 2 is special because it is far removed from Georgetown because of the Essequibo River, but at the same time you're one of the transient regions where people flow in and out on a daily basis. So we also have to convert this region as a representation of what Guyana is. So we all like nice things in our lives. We like comfort, and just like you do, and you have the power to in your NDCs and town council to get it done, to help other people, please let us work in that way. The final thing I would like to add is we had made a commitment, the President had made a commitment to have that tarmac completed. And I am very upset that up till now, the town council and the RDC have been unable to build something as basic as a washroom on the tarmac so that vendors who move there are going to be comfortable. I would like to see that that gets done in the shortest possible time, because we have roads to build and we got to start cleaning up this place. And your decision making, again, we're going to do an audit of the NDC decision making, all the minutes of your meetings we will go through, and then we will send a team to come on the ground to see how those decisions are implemented. And if they're implemented to resolve issues, or they're implemented to create additional issues. You're also aware that we're spending quite a lot of money to reconfigure Charity. That place has been in a mess for a long time, so the market is practically complete. We will put additional resources to do more work on the market, so that those vendors who are vending on the road will have an ambience that is conducive to selling food and doing real business. So we have a lot of plans for Essequibo, and I think that you are also aware of all of these plans, and we would like you to forge ahead with us and work on President Ali's vision of building one Guyana. Essequibo is very mixed, and we would like the services of the government to also be in all communities, in all families. So once again, thank you very much, and I'm happy to hand over these checks to you so that you can get down to doing your work in your communities. Thank you very much. All right, so let's hand the checks over. Sure.
Good morning. Good morning. I guess you would want to agree with me that our Honorable Minister Nigel Damnala, and more so MP Rep of Region 2, has been really going beyond the call to make a lot of representation for us in this region. I think we need to give him a big round of applause. Right? He's been really working from the ground level with the RDC when he goes to Parliament and his cabinet to canvass heavily for us in this region. And I feel really happy to know that this is the first time Region 2 will be hosting the annual flag raising independence celebration. That is a big achievement for this region. I think, Common Nigel, we need to keep up the good work you're doing. Also, the RDC, and I admire the passion that you have to drive the vision for President Ali-led administration and along with the VP of this country. Keep up the good work, and I can assure you that we here, as local leaders on the ground, are willing to work with you and will execute our mandates. Thank you.
So we will well, yeah, let me do a group picture. So the first person is who's this? Come, Clark. Where is the deputy mayor?
He's right here.
So we can do a group picture together. Nile Kosher. Maruka Phoenix. Kitty Providence. Charity. Koresh. Nile. Evergreen Paradise. So we have the chairs and the overseers, right? Aberdeen's organ white. Chair collector. Riverstone, Annandale. And Good Hope for Mona. Good for Mona. Alright, y'all come and take a picture. Come in. Come in.
So you're witnessing the handing over of checks to NDCs, 8 NDCs and 1 the town council. And this here is a subvention by government being handed over by the Minister of Communities, Nigel Damnala. And the intention is to make sure that the town councils are able to operate efficiently and have enough resources to do so.
Alright, thank you. And good luck to you, alright?
Thank you.
Alright. If anyone of you want to be interviewed, then Tippett is willing to say Right.